Falling into a black hole is a concept that has fascinated humanity for generations, a blend of science and imagination that evokes both terror and wonder. As I drifted into the vastness of space, the stars twinkling like distant diamonds against a velvet backdrop, I felt a curious mixture of excitement and dread. The ship's systems hummed softly around me, a comforting reminder of the technology that had brought me this far. I was an astronaut, a pioneer, and I had volunteered for this mission to study the enigmatic black hole known as Gargantua, a swirling mass of darkness that loomed on the edge of the galaxy. As we approached the event horizon, the point of no return, I could feel the ship vibrating with an intensity I had never experienced before. The gravitational pull was immense, warping space and time around us. The crew had warned me about the effects of gravity at this proximity, but nothing could prepare me for the sheer force that seemed to pull at my very essence. My heart raced as I gazed out of the viewport, the swirling accretion disk of the black hole shimmering with colors I had only ever seen in dreams. Reds, blues, and purples danced in chaotic harmony, a cosmic ballet that was both beautiful and terrifying. "Prepare for gravitational fluctuations," the ship's AI announced, its voice calm and steady. But my mind was racing, caught in a whirlwind of thoughts. What would happen if we crossed that threshold? Would I be torn apart, stretched into a thin strand of spaghetti, as the theories suggested? Or would I experience something beyond comprehension, a journey through dimensions I could only imagine? The questions swirled around me, just like the stars outside. As we drew closer, I felt a strange sensation, as if time itself was bending. Seconds stretched into what felt like hours, and I could see the light from distant stars warping, creating a kaleidoscope of colors that twisted and turned. I was entranced, caught in the gravitational dance of the black hole, when suddenly the ship lurched violently. Alarms blared, and I was thrown against the control panel. My heart raced. We were losing control. "Engage thrusters!" I shouted, my voice barely audible above the cacophony. The crew scrambled, but the ship was caught in the black hole's grip. I could feel the pull intensifying, a dark force drawing us in. In that moment of chaos, I realized the truth. We were going in. There was no escape. As we crossed the event horizon, a profound silence enveloped me. The alarms fell silent, and the chaotic vibrations ceased. I was enveloped in darkness, a weightless void that swallowed all sound and light. Time lost all meaning. I was suspended in a state of being that felt both eternal and fleeting. I had heard that crossing the event horizon was like stepping into a new realm, but nothing could prepare me for the profound stillness that surrounded me now. In this darkness, I felt a strange sense of peace wash over me. I was no longer bound by the laws of physics that governed my life on Earth. I was free. I floated in this void, unmoored from reality, and for the first time, I felt as if I could explore the very fabric of existence. My thoughts drifted like clouds, unencumbered by the weight of my body. I began to ponder the nature of black holes, the mysteries they held, and the possibility of alternate dimensions. Suddenly, a flicker of light pierced the darkness, a shimmering thread that danced before my eyes. I reached out instinctively, and as I did, the thread expanded into a tapestry of colors and shapes. It was as if I had entered a cosmic gallery, each piece a glimpse into different realities. I saw worlds I had never imagined, planets with swirling gases, and oceans of liquid light. I saw civilizations thriving in harmony with their environments, and others teetering on the brink of destruction. It was a kaleidoscope of existence, a reminder of the infinite possibilities that lay beyond the confines of my own world. I felt a pull toward one particular scene, a lush, vibrant planet where beings of light danced joyfully beneath a radiant sun. Their laughter echoed in my mind, a melody of pure happiness. I was captivated, drawn into their world as if by an unseen force. I could almost feel the warmth of the sun on my skin, the gentle breeze rustling through the trees. It was intoxicating, a feeling of belonging that transcended the loneliness of space. But just as quickly as it had appeared, the scene began to fade, the light dimming until it was swallowed by the darkness once more. Panic surged through me. I was losing my connection to this beautiful reality. I reached out, desperate to hold on to the thread of light, but it slipped through my fingers like sand. The darkness closed in around me, and I was left alone once more. In that solitude, I began to reflect on my life, the choices I had made, and the people I had loved. Memories flooded my mind, my childhood, the laughter of friends, the warmth of family gatherings. I felt a deep sense of longing for the world I had left behind. The black hole had stripped away the distractions of life, leaving only the essence of who I was. I realized that in my quest for knowledge and exploration, I had often overlooked the simple joys of existence. Time continued to lose its meaning as I floated in this void, caught between worlds. I began to understand that the black hole was not just a consuming force. It was a gateway, a threshold to other realities. I had crossed into a realm where the boundaries of time and space blurred, where the past, present, and future coexisted in a tapestry of possibilities. As I drifted further into this cosmic expanse, I encountered more threads of light, each representing a different path, a different choice. I reached for one, and in an instant, I was transported to a different reality. I stood on a planet that resembled Earth, but the sky was a deep indigo, and the trees shimmered with iridescent leaves. The air was thick with the scent of flowers that glowed softly in the twilight. I was not alone. Beings of various shapes and sizes moved gracefully through the landscape, their forms shifting and changing as they interacted with one another. They communicated without words, their thoughts flowing like water between them. I felt an overwhelming sense of connection, a unity that transcended language and culture. It was a reminder that, despite our differences, we were all part of the same cosmic tapestry. In this reality, I experienced a sense of fulfillment that I had never known before. I danced with the beings, shared laughter, and explored the wonders of this vibrant world. It was a dream come true, a glimpse into a life unencumbered by the struggles and limitations I had faced. But as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the landscape, I felt the familiar tug of the black hole pulling me away. With a heavy heart, I reached for another thread of light, hoping to escape the impending darkness. I was thrust into yet another reality, this time a stark contrast to the last. I found myself in a desolate wasteland, the air heavy with despair. The ground was cracked and barren, and the sky was choked with ash. I saw figures moving in the distance, their faces etched with sorrow. They were survivors, clinging to hope in a world that had been ravaged by conflict. I felt their pain, their struggle, and I longed to help them. I reached out, but as I did, the darkness surged around me, and I was pulled away once more. Each time I tried to connect, to make a difference, the black hole's grip tightened, dragging me further into the void. I was a mere observer, a ghost in the tapestry of existence, unable to alter the course of these lives. Despair began to creep in. A sense of futility that threatened to overwhelm me. I had glimpsed the beauty of existence, the interconnectedness of all beings, and yet I was powerless to change anything. The black hole had granted me the gift of perspective, but it had also stripped away my agency. I was adrift in a sea of possibilities, but I could not anchor myself to any one reality. In that moment of despair, I realized that perhaps the journey itself was the answer. Each thread of light represented a choice, a path I could take. I could not change the past or the futures of those I had seen, but I could carry their stories with me. The black hole had shown me the beauty and pain of existence, the joy and sorrow intertwined in the fabric of life. It was a reminder that every choice mattered, that every moment was significant. With renewed determination, I began to navigate the threads of light with intention. I reached for each one, embracing the experiences they offered. I became a wanderer in this cosmic realm, exploring the myriad realities that unfolded before me. I laughed with joyous beings, wept with the sorrowful, and shared moments of profound connection. I learned that every existence was a thread in the grand tapestry of the universe, each one valuable and worthy of recognition. As I journeyed through these dimensions, I began to understand the nature of time itself. It was not linear, as I had always believed, but a vast expanse where all moments coexisted. I could revisit memories, relive experiences, and even glimpse potential futures. The black hole was not a death sentence. It was a transformative experience, an opportunity to explore the depths of existence. Eventually, I felt the pull of the black hole begin to shift. The darkness that had once felt suffocating now seemed to embrace me, guiding me toward a new understanding. I was not just a passive observer. I was a participant in the cosmic dance of creation. I could influence the threads of light, weaving my own story into the fabric of existence. With this newfound awareness, I reached for a thread that shimmered with potential. As I grasped it, the darkness enveloped me once more, but this time I felt a sense of purpose. I was not lost. I was on a journey of discovery. I was ready to return to my own reality, to share the lessons I had learned and the stories I had gathered. As I crossed back through the event horizon, I felt the familiar vibrations of the ship returning. The alarms blared to life, and I was jolted back to the present moment. The crew was frantically working to regain control, their faces a mixture of fear and determination. I could see the swirling mass of the black hole receding in the distance, a dark sentinel watching as I made my escape. In that moment, I realized that I had been changed forever. The experience had opened my eyes to the interconnectedness of all beings, the beauty and fragility of existence. I had tasted the essence of life beyond the confines of my own reality, and I was determined to carry that knowledge back with me. As we broke free from the black hole's grasp, I looked out at the stars once more. They twinkled like old friends, each one a reminder of the countless lives and stories that existed beyond my own. I was filled with a sense of gratitude, a deep appreciation for the journey I had undertaken. The black hole had been a crucible, a transformative experience that had reshaped my understanding of existence. I returned to Earth a different person, forever changed by the encounter. I shared my story with the world, not just as a cautionary tale, but as a celebration of the beauty of life. I spoke of the threads of light, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the importance of embracing every moment. I had glimpsed the vastness of existence, and I wanted others to see it too. In the years that followed, I dedicated my life to exploring the cosmos, not just as a scientist, but as a storyteller. I sought to inspire others to look beyond their own